Hello, welcome to video number 68.
Advanced rectangle problems. I'm Miss Les.
I'm Mr. Miller, and we're going to put together the Pythagorean theorem and area. So you'll see how. So in this first problem, we're given a rectangle in the coordinate plane, and our job is to find the area of this. So it's a little tricky, Ms. Les, because we can't just count squares.
Right, because they go on a diagonal, so they're not 1 units. Remember on the
Right. So
grid.
if we want to find the area of AB, we just can't count along those because it's not vertical or horizontal. So we're going to use the good old Pythagorean theorem. Or we could have used the distance formula also.
Yeah,
But
either one.
since we have a graph, we're going to go ahead and make a triangle. So it looks like on the left there is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And
Also 6.
yeah, I think so.
So 6 and 6.
Okay, here we go. I'll get the calculator here. Quick Pythagorean theorem, and we'll have this. So,
AB squared?
sure, we can write it like that. And then, so that'd be 72. And so we want to take the square root of that. Now, we want an exact answer. So we could get an approximation from the decimal. But if I think what perfect square goes into 72, 36 goes into it. If you think about it, we have 36 plus 36. 36 plus 36 is 72. So we're going to break this up into the square root of 36 times 2, which would be 6 times the square root of 2. Okay, so there's our nice simplified radical. This is less. I love simplified radicals. That's the way to
Me
go.
too, and that's exact.
All right, so BC. Looks like we got 3 and 3.
So 3 squared, very quickly, plus 3 squared is equal to BC squared.
Which means BC squared is 2 times 9. You can see where this is going.
So again, square root of 18, and we can simplify it.
Into 9 and 2. Square root of 9 times square root of 2. And so that's going to end up being 3 times the square root of 2. Okay, all that's old news. Here's the new part. So that's the length and the width of the rectangle. We multiply them to find the area. So we're going to multiply 6 times square root of 2 times 3. Oh, we're going to multiply this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're finding perimeter, that would be good. That's okay.
Yeah,
We
so
got
3
it.
times, don't take that for minus. Square root of 2.
Okay.
Let me put this one in parentheses too, so it's clear we're multiplying.
There we go. So now, this kind of gives people problems when we're doing square roots. It takes a little getting used to, but remember, we can multiply the whole number. So 6 times 3 is 18. And square root 2 times square root 2 is what?
Square root of 4, which is give us 2. If you remember, if you have a radical and you square it, we end up
with the number inside. Okay, so this works out to 18 times 2, which is 36. Now I thought this was going to be some horrible radical.
Yeah,
But
so
it ended up being a whole number. The area of that rectangle is 36. So the sides were irrational, but when you multiply them, we got a nice rational number for the area. Okay, that worked out well. Here's another example. We just got one more example, and then one for you to do. Okay, so we're going to find the length of AB. So this time, the legs aren't the same. We have 4 and 2.
Okay, so squaring very quickly.
Yeah, so that's going to be
plus 4.
yeah, that's going to be 20.
Take the square root. Take the square root, and again, let's simplify the 20. So I can do 4 times 5. So 2 square root of 5 for this one.
Got it. Okay.
Awesome.
Find the length of BC.
So let's do BC.
So, Ms. Les, my hope is that students are getting more and more familiar with square roots. It takes practice.
Yes.
So you got to keep practicing, but after a while, you won't even think about it. You just automatically do it. And so we hope you get there. All right, so this is 6 squared plus 3 squared.
So 36 plus 9.
We got 45. And already I'm thinking 9 and 5.
Mm-hmm. So 3 square root of 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have our width and length. All we have to do
Excellent.
now is multiply. So area is going to be 2 length times width, which is 2 square root of 5 times 3 square root of 5. So we got 4 things being multiplied. We can multiply any 2 we want first. So 2 times 3 is 6. And square root of 5 times square root of 5 is just 5. Wow, worked out to a whole number again.
Awesome. So the answer turned out to be really nice.
This last, it's one of the most shocking things I learned as a high school math teacher.
What is it?
There's no true way to decide which one's the width and the length.
I was always thought that the longer side is the length.
I always thought
By
so too.
definition, so that.
But I found out, so sometimes, when you're wondering which one's the width, which one's the length, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
so
could be
I
arbitrary.
tell my
Sometimes people
students-
make the ones that go on the top
right,
length
for
and on the left
horizontal.
width. I don't know.
Yeah, so usually, and the students usually will take the horizontal side as the length.
Just
I
find them
tell
both.
them the longer one is the length, the shorter one is the width.
Whatever you call it, you need both.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. Here's the journal assignment. So you'll have to, of course, pause the video and kind of think of how big the triangles would be. But you got to find the length of side AB and the length of side BC.
So like
Oh, not BC. We got to scratch something out. So find the length of
and
AB,
AC.
and it should say BD or AC, whichever one you
so
want.
let's do BD.
BD. Whoops.
That's going to disappear. Yes.
That's the problem with digital pens.
Okay. So BD.
Yeah, so now you have the width and the length, and you can find the area of the rectangle. All right, good luck.
Great.